In fact, hold your thought there. We also have Stephen Golub, who's an international affairs expert, who's also live with us from California. Stephen, about these early trends, and since Ambassador Shringla was also mentioning about Pennsylvania, a key swing state, so far more than 35 or 40% of the votes have been counted, and they are sort of neck and neck and yet in favor of Kamala Harris. If she loses this one, along with Michigan and Wisconsin, she loses the race to the US presidential polls. How do you see this working, either in favor of Kamala Harris or probably swinging a completely different way?
Well, yes, certainly if she loses those three states, she loses the presidency. I think it's fair to point out that the unique system the U.S. has means that Kamala Harris could win the popular vote, as Hilary Clinton did in 2016, yet still lose the presidency by virtue of our rather odd electoral college system. I agree with the ambassador in that I would not place too much credence on these early returns in the swing states, because so much depends on which votes are being counted, which counties, whether the mail-in votes are being counted, and all of that could really affect the outcome in ways we may not know until late tonight, tomorrow, or in Pennsylvania, given the way their system works, it could take even longer. The one thing I'd flag for you is that was a promising development for Harris in terms of the tracking the early voting, the mail-in voting, is that an inordinate number of women were voting more than usual as a percentage. That could well weigh in her favor in terms of the fact that she is drawing, there's a real gender gap. She's drawing much more support from women. Trump is drawing much more support for men. But even those early indicators, fall into the same kind of trap that I mentioned of let's not jump to conclusions.
Absolutely. Mr. Stephen and Ambassador Shringla, thank you so much. I'd request you to stay on with us. But right now, what we're doing is cutting across to our sister channel, CNN, to take a look at these early trends, cutting across live to CNN now.
Yeah, we wanted to look across all three blue wall states that John was just walking